Okay, here is a form that we made in the previous video. What we're going to do today, we're going to make this a fillable form. Now, here we have the date, right? And if somebody is going to complete this form, there are different persons could interpret the information that is needed differently. So some persons might put the date in a long form, a short form, a European style, and American style. Some persons might put the date before the month or the month before the date. So what we're going to do in today's video, we're going to put some content controls on the different parts of the form to make it a fillable form so that it forces a person to enter the information how we want the information to be entered, so that when we are processing the information it is easier for us to do our job. All right, so what we need to do, the first thing we need to do is open a form if you have one already, or you recreate the one that is shown on the screen. All right, now I'm going to zoom up a little bit so you can see. I'm going to zoom. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna right click on the ribbon, anywhere on the ribbon, and then we're gonna choose customize the ribbon. Then we're going to come down here where it says customize the ribbon. I'm going to come down to main tabs and I'm going to click the developer option. Right? I'm going to click OK. And here now we see the developer. Now don't be alarmed by the term developer. I'm going to walk you through step by step to show you how to make it a fillable form. All right, so what we're going to do is put some content control on our form to make it a fillable form. All right. So when we press developer, we're going to be using the control groups, the control group right here. All right. Now, if I click on this option, it gives a drop down and it says legacy forms and active X forms. Right. Now, these options here under the legacy forms are for older types of forms which were created in previous versions of Microsoft Word. And this set down here, so you have some more options here under the Active X controls. We have more options available down here. All right. So what we're gonna do for the date, right? You're gonna click right where we want to insert the date. So use the mouse to position the cursor and click there. Then you're going to come up here under the controls group and you're going to select the date picker content control and click on it. There it is, right? And it says enter a date. Now, when the person clicks this drop down arrow, here you see a calendar comes up. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to click properties. We're going to give it a title. So we're going to call it date. And for the tag, we can just say date underscore entered. All right. And now if you want to change the color, this is the color of the background, right? So if I put red here and click OK, the background will be red, right? But I don't want it to be red. So I'm going to go back to properties and I change it back to the automatic, which is the default color. All right. Now, here are the different options, right? It says use a style to format the type text into the empty control. So if you click on it, we can change the different styles that you want there, right? But we're not going to choose that right now, right? This option says remove the content control when the contents are edited. Lock, we can, under locking, we can choose the content control cannot be deleted. Can select that if you want. And here now we can choose the format in which we want the person to enter the date. So we're gonna accept the default, right? Here is the location, all right? Gonna click okay, the bounding box. There's another option where you can put end-to-end tag, and when I click on it, and I click OK, here is what it looks like, right? Now I don't want it like that, so I'm going to go back to properties, and I'm going to choose the bounding box. Okay, so this is how you would do it. You press click OK, and that is it, right? Now, if I want to change, it says click here to enter data. I can come up to the design mode, and then now I can edit right here. So I can say please enter the today's date. Okay, all right, so there it is. Enter today's date. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna insert the content control for the first name. So we're gonna go to the developer option. Then we're gonna click where we want to insert. I'm gonna put plain text content control here. I'm gonna click on it. There it is. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna click on properties. We're gonna give it a name. So I'm gonna call it capital F first name as a title, and then the tag. Let's call it first name first underscore name. Then we have the bounding box. We can give it a start to end tag, and I'll show you what it looks like. There it is, right? But we don't want it like that, so we're gonna go back to properties. I'm gonna make it a bounding box, right? And the color here, this is a background color. So if I put it to red and I click OK, then that is what it would look like. But I'm gonna change it back to the default, which is automatic. And there are different options here. You can use a style to format the text typed into the empty control. So if I click on it, these are the different options, right? But I'm not going to use it, right? We can remove the content control when the contents are edited. And there are different options such as lock-in. Contents cannot be edited. So if you want to lock it, that is what you would click. I'm going to press OK. All right. Now we want to change this, what is in here, the prompt. So we're going to click on the design mode, and we're going to type, please type your first name. First name. Right. We're going to click back the design mode to exit. Right. Now, if you want we want this to be gray, okay, like the first one. So we're going to go to home. I'm going to click here. I'm going to choose a gray. All right. We're going to do the same thing for last name. So we're going to go back to the developer option, tab on the ribbon. And I'm going to choose I'm going to go legacy. I'm going to choose the text form here. And there it is. When I go to properties, this is the text form field options, and here you can set the maximum length. If you want to make the maximum length maybe 20 characters or 14 characters, right? Then if you wanted to do a calculation, you would check here, but we're not doing a calculation in today's video. Here we have the different options to choose. We're choosing regular text because we're not accepting numbers. The default text format. So if I click here, could be uppercase, lowercase, first capital. So we can click here so that the first letter in the word that the person type would be a capital letter. And the default text, we can type, please enter or type your last name. All right, so I'm gonna click OK. The maximum length of the thing has to be 26 characters. All right, so we're gonna change 26. Gonna click OK. All right. Now we want it to be grayed out, so we're gonna come to home. I'm gonna click that, and there it is. It is grayed out, right? And if you want to change the background, let us see if we can change the background. I'm gonna go to properties. Let's come to here, and let us see if we can change the background to white. All right. All right, so this is how you would type the name, the last name there. Then we're in the address. We're gonna come up back to the developer tab on the ribbon. I'm going to go to controls, and we can choose a rich text, right? And we're gonna click properties so that we can give it a name. So we're gonna call this the address, and in the tag, I'm gonna call it address. So address 1, bounding box. I'm gonna click OK. We can make it gray by coming to home and clicking this for it, the color to be consistent. I'm gonna come here, come back to the developer tab on the ribbon. We can insert this one, and we can go to properties, and we can call this address, not address, we can call this city address. And the tag, we're gonna call it city underscore address. Gonna click OK. Now we wanna change this that says click here to enter the text. We're gonna come up here to the design mode, and we're gonna type, please enter your address. Gonna click also right here, and we say please enter your city. Or to come out, we can click back the design mode. Right there it is. Please enter your city. We're gonna do the same thing for state. So we're gonna go to the plain text, and we're gonna go to properties. Gonna write here state, and in the tag we're gonna write state underscore address. Gonna click OK. We are gonna change what is here. So we're gonna go to design mode, and in here now we're gonna type, please enter your state. All right. We're going to click on the design mode to exit the design mode. I'm gonna come to home. I'm gonna change the font color to gray. Likewise, I'm gonna do it here too. Gray. Gonna do the same thing here. Gray. All right. I'm gonna do the same thing here now. So I'm gonna go back to the developer. Gonna insert a plain text. So we're gonna type. Gonna go to properties. I'm gonna save this as the title as phone number. And here now we're gonna the tag will be phone underscore number. Gonna click OK. Then we're gonna go back to the design mode and we're gonna click right here. I'm gonna change this to please enter your phone number. I'm gonna click on the design mode to exit and we're going to go to the home tab and then we're gonna change it to gray. All right, so there it is. All right, for the email now, all right, we put the cursor where we want to insert the content control there. We're gonna go back to developer and we're gonna choose rich text content control. Right, so we are here. We're gonna go to properties. We're gonna give it a name. We're gonna name email, and here now we're gonna, as a tag, we're gonna write persons underscore email. We're gonna click text, rich text content control, and in the design mode we can type please enter your email address. All right, we can highlight here, can go to home and we can choose maybe a blue here, right? That is for the rich text content control that enables you to do that. All right, we're going to go back to the developer. We're going to close the design mode, and here now we're going to go back to home. I'm going to choose, let's go back to the developer design mode. We're going to put this part in the gray here. All right, that gray is not, it's too light. We're going to choose a darker gray. This one. I'm going to come back to the developer tab on the ribbon. I'm going to close it, and there it is. So the rich text, it enables you to change the different colors of the different words in the sentence. But the plain, the content control, the color, the entire line here, that's it, would be the same color, blue, right? So the rich text allows you to have two different colors in the same line. All right. Here we have student, employed, and retired. What we want is some radar buttons here. So we click. So we're at the line that is giving us the occupation. What we're going to do, we're going to click right here in front of student. Right, I'm going to delete these after because the radar button will put in these for us. So we're going to come up here under the developer tab ribbon. You're going to choose, you're going to click radar button option, right? When we go to properties, this dialog box will come up, right? Now the radar button, the first option was or is student. Now it's not going to change the option here. We're actually going to change right here. It says caption. So we're going to put here student. Right, there it is. And if you want to change the background color, you could click here and choose a color, maybe red. But that's a background, so we're gonna choose a default, right? If you want to change the foreground, which is the color of the word which you wrote there, student, that is how you would do it. Right? I'm gonna change it back to the default and choose black. All right, so we're gonna delete this word student since we already have it at our student button. Or the next option will be employed, so we can close this and we're gonna insert another radar button. So we're gonna click here, choose this radar button, right? We're gonna click properties, then we're gonna choose right here, we're gonna type employed, and to see the radar button with the name employed, I have to type it here. All right. Now there are different options, but these are the main ones that we'll be choosing. Okay, so I'm gonna close this. All right. All right, so we can delete this label here, which we did in the previous video. Right here, we're gonna insert another radar button for the retired person. I'm gonna click here, and I'm gonna go to properties. I'm gonna change the name to retired, and here we're gonna change here to retired. All right, gonna close this box. What we need to do now is delete this option here. All right, there it is in one line. Let us see if we can undo. All right, so there's our form. All right, here now we want to indicate a yes or no. So what we're going to use is our checkbox. I'm going to put it right here. We're going to insert a checkbox here. It is this. Going to insert a checkbox here. Going to close the design mode since it came up. I'm going to show you now how you can add a drop-down list to the fillable form. So we're going to type our statement here. Please choose the type of service required. And here now, we're going to press tab. I'm going to go up to our drop down list here. I'm going to click on it. And there it says choose an item. In the design mode, I'm going to say, please select the type of service that you need. All right, gonna click back the design mode, right? And here now we're gonna click properties, and here we're gonna give it a title. So we'll say type of service, and in the tag we're gonna write type underscore service. All right, so we're gonna add, this would be the options. So we see regular, 7-day processing. Click OK. Add, we're gonna add again. Express service. Okay, we're gonna add 3-day service. Okay, we're gonna add another one. 30-day service. And click OK. And click OK. All right. So we're gonna carry this down. So when we click on it, here's the different options. We can choose the option that we required for the processing of our form. And we have completed our form. What we're going to do now, we're going to put some restrictions on it so that the person is not able to change the structure or the other parts on the form which are not required to be changed, right? We only want the person to enter the data in the parts that we did the content controls for, right? So we're going to go up to the developer ribbon. Then in the protect group, we're going to click restrict editing. Then we're going to choose the second option, and it says allow only this type of editing in the document. So the default is no changes, which is a read-only document. We're going to choose the drop-down arrow. I'm going to make it a fillable form by clicking fill in forms. Then the third step in the 3 steps for restrict editing is to click yes to enable the enforcement, right? So it gives us the option to put a password on it, but we're gonna skip that process and we're just gonna click OK for today's video. We can close this. And here now, if you click on any part of the form, you're not able to enter or change any parts which does not give you permission to do so. So we can change the date. We can enter our name, CAD with Mr. as our first name or surname. We can enter Hugh. Our address, we can put YouTube if that's your address. Then we can put for the city, we can put online. For the state, we're gonna put .com. For the phone number, we're gonna put 123. For email address, we're gonna put CAD at somewhere. And for occupation, we're gonna select student for today. Is this our first application? We're gonna put yes. Then here we have the drop down arrow. We can choose the type of service. We're gonna choose express service. And this is the fillable form. In the next video, we'll be looking at mail merge using Microsoft Word. And mail merge, it allows us to write a generic letter that we can send out to many different persons who have different names and different addresses and so forth. So we're looking forward to seeing you in that video. Please take care. Until then, bye.
Thanks for watching the video and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment and share.